how it is, cause she's Rick the critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it, let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the critic. Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic.
Hi, I'm Rick the Critic. Welcome. Listen, I got a lot of exciting stuff to talk to you about today. First, we're going to talk about USAA insurance, and then we're going to talk about the Olive Garden. Listen, I had a wonderful opportunity. My daughter and I went to the Olive Garden last week, and Greg was our server. Food was wonderful. We went at lunchtime, a little crowded, but food was great. We had an awesome time. We had the soup and the sandwich, and it was great. The service was excellent, and I told Art, the manager, and Greg was our server, and I assured them that when I did the program that I would be talking about them to say what great service the Olive Garden in Monrovia had. Okay, now with that said, I want to talk about USAA insurance. It's an insurance that was comprised of four guys that were military, and they decided that they wanted to open up this insurance company and what have you. The reason that I was privy to it was last couple of weeks ago, I'm driving down the street and this lady sideswipes me. So she had USAA insurance, so I had a chance to deal with them. So when I called them on the telephone, really nice people. They sent me to Classic Collision. Well, actually, what happened is, I'm getting ahead of myself. I went to Classic Collision on my own because I called my insurance company and they said get 3 estimates. And so I went to get the 3 estimates. When I got there, Classic Collision was one, Bell and Vaughn was the other. It just so happens that both of these insurance companies have an agreement with USAA Insurance Company. Now, let me talk to you about this because you know what? Maybe you might be feeling the same way I'm feeling. Anyway, I went to the insurance company. I got an estimate on my car for $2,700. I thought, gosh, that's more than the car, so they're probably going to total it. When I got home and called the insurance company, USAA, which was not my insurance company, but the insured that hit me, when I called them, very personable, just really super nice people, gave me a lot of information and just really nice people. But now this is the thing that I was a little concerned about. Now they gave me an estimate for $2,754 to be exact. When I went back to them and said, listen, you have to take a picture because the insured or the person that hit me was USAA, the whole scenario changed. Everything changed. I mean, they became even more personable and very nice, just a lot nicer. But this was the thing that was interesting. Now, when you go to USAA, because they have an agreement with Classic Collision and Bell and Vaughn, because my estimate was $2,700, when they found out that that the insured that hit me was USAA, the whole plot just began to change. Now then, what happened was when I went to, they didn't do an estimate again, they just took a picture. But now then, when I called USAA to ask them when they were, what the estimate was and if it was the same estimate as mine, they said, oh no, the estimate has changed. The estimate is now $1,500. Well, now we're talking about, like $1,200 difference. So I asked them, I said, what would be the difference? I mean, $1,200 is a huge difference. They said because I walked in as a walk-in, that my estimate was larger. Once they realized that the insured was USAA, then the agreement changes. They have an agreement with USAA to use different parts because where they would normally charge $50 an hour for service or for labor, they charge like $10 with them. So $1,200 was a huge difference. Now somehow, I don't know about you, but I was feeling some kind of way about that. I was feeling like, wait a minute, how can it be $2,700 when I walk in and $1,200 because now it's USAA? So I called USAA on the telephone, and this is what they said to me. They said that because they send Classic Collision and because they send Bell and Vaughn a lot of business, they have an agreement with them. And their agreement is that because they send them so much business, that the estimates would be almost cut into half. So I was still a little concerned because I thought, now wait a minute. If I take my car to another collision place and they give me the same estimate, what is going to be the problem here? Well, I called USAA back and they said, listen, it wouldn't be a problem if I went to someone else and they gave me an estimate that was in line with that estimate, that they would honor it, and that I just had to just send them a supplemental estimate, and then they would send a check to the person that was fixing my car. So I felt a little better about that. But I tell you something, I was a little concerned that because they had an agreement with them, that things changed. Now you give me a call because you're the viewer, but I want you to know this, that if you are insured with USAA, or someone hits you that's insured with USAA, they seem to be very personable. I really got a lot of information from them. They were really, really nice people, and I can't really say anything bad about them except that when you call them, you get all these different people on the telephone, and they have a team of people that can assist you. Now, also within that, there was a loss of use because when Classic Collision. Now, let me tell you something. Classic Collision, the first person I met when I walked in was Ethan Brooks. Really nice guy. He had a 2-year-old that he was talking about, and we talked about how the 2-year-old was kind of sick and kind of kept him up all night, but really, really, really nice guy at Classic Collision. Came out, gave me my estimate for my car, and I was very happy with it. Didn't give me any kind of trouble. Now then, if he had submitted that estimate and known that I was with USAA and he had submitted it, then it would have been different. So now we get 3 or 4 other people. So what happened, which would have been a one-day thing, turned into almost a 2-week situation because over at Classic Collision, not Ethan Brooks, but some other people there took a long time submitting the estimate to USAA, in which I still haven't received anything to fix my car as to date. So I really don't know. I can't say anything about USAA, but I can say that I was not happy with Classic Collision. I was not happy that they took a long time. They drug their feet getting to me. Not Ethan Brooks, but the others there. I think it was a guy named Eric there. But they kind of were dragging their feet. So, you know what, Classic Collision, I know you didn't know it was Rick the Critic coming in, but maybe next time when you see my face and there's a situation, you might handle it a little differently. All right, now let me talk about Bell and Vaughn, who's also attached to USAA. I went into they're a real cool operation. I mean, when I came in, because I was a walk-up, you know, they were very nonchalant, very, you know, just really, really cool about it. And the lady said that they would, you know, come and check me shortly. I could have a cup of coffee and come back. All right, I had a cup of coffee, came back. You know, 30, 40 minutes later, they're still talking and they're conversing. They're in a meeting now. So the guy comes out and he does acknowledge me and he does say to me, look, you know, give me 5 minutes. So I waited about 15 or 20 minutes. And finally, as I got up to walk out the door to talk to my daughter, the guy comes rushing out. He rushes out. He takes a picture of the car. He writes something on a clipboard. He tells me he's going to call me later and tell me exactly what the estimate is. Well, I never got that call. So I called back and I said to them, listen, you know, you're supposed to call me back. So the receptionist assured me that she would call me back. Well, no one called me back. So when I called USAA and said to them that I was waiting for Bell and Vaughn to contact me, she got on the telephone and called. They're really nice about calling people. I really got to say that. I really got to say that their personal service was really good. I was just really pleased with USAA. I mean, the only reason that I don't think that I can't change insurance companies is because you have to be military, number one, or you have to have family military, or you have to know someone, have a partner that's military. Other than that, you cannot become a part of their insurance, USAA. So, but I was really pleased with the service. But anyway, back to Bell and Vaughn. So she called on the telephone, and we were on the phone. I was on the phone as well. And the guy said to her, he says, "Well, I did what I was supposed to do. What reason would I call her back?" "Well, the reason that you would call me back is because that's what you said you were going to do, is call me back." So I'm not sure if they were just real cool, and I guess maybe it was that I wasn't a big enough. I don't know, maybe my situation was not huge. I mean, I saw a couple of other people in there that had really nice cars. And I don't know if they could tell what kind of car, but maybe they were looking at the dreadlocks. Who knows? But anyway, they were very cool. They didn't get back to me, so I'm not feeling about Bell and Vaughn. I'm not feeling. I wouldn't send anybody to them. That's how I feel about it. I wouldn't send anyone to them. I just felt like their personal service was kind of sucky. They were, you know what they did? Just the minimal. With Classic Collision, I really felt like with Ethan that he went overboard. And I mean, I just felt like he was very personable. I felt like he really tried, there was a bad situation, someone hit me, and I really felt like he tried. Now, the rest of his team, at Classic Collision, I can't say that about them because I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like I got the kind of service that I felt like deserved. I felt like it took them a long time to get my information to USAA, and I wasn't happy with that. I really wasn't. In fact, I had to call them a couple of times, and they said that they were going to do it and send the information, and they didn't. So I'm hoping that they did send the information, but they were kind of lax. They were kind of dragging their feet, and so I don't, only person. If you go to Classic Collision, see Ethan Brooks. He's personable. The rest of them I can't say anything for. The little receptionist, she was nice though. She was nice. Bell and Vaughn, you know what? If you're sensitive like me, I would not go over there. I mean, they just are not friendly. They're just kind of, you know what? They just tolerate you, I guess. That's the feeling I got, that they were just tolerable. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about some good eating places. I had the occasion to go to LA and stop at M&M's. They've got a new one on Manchester and Inglewood, and it's a drive-through. It's an old Jack in the Box, and they had greens. They were not like the M&Ms that they had over in Pasadena. Remember the one on Washington, which was really sucky? I had cold fish there. They brought me some fish, and it was cold on the inside. It was fried, but cold on the inside. And well, they're not there anymore. And then they put Melodies there, and now that Melodies is there, and I don't even think Melodies is there anymore. So, for what it's worth, anyway, the M&Ms on Manchester is pretty good. The service is it's just kind of like a Jack in the Box service. It's just quick service. It's not anything where you can actually feel like you just drive through. It's a Jack in the Box kind of drive through thing, but it was okay. Now let me tell you what I did have a chance to try out at McDonald's. No doubt, I had a chance to try out that frozen strawberry lemonade. It is the best. It is so good. It's slushy, and it's good, and it's just great on a hot summer day. It's one of those really, really good things. I had that. And let's see, what else did I have there? We had the Asian chicken salad, and I think we got that from Jack in the Box. I think it's new, so it's the Asian chicken salad. Try it. It's really, really good. I had that, and that's the only place I'm talking about. They were good. 5 Forks for Olive Garden. They had great service. We're talking about, as far as the stars for Bell and Vaughn, we give them 1 star. They did send me an estimate in the mail as an afterthought, so I don't know if that was because someone drew their attention to I'm Rick the Critic or not. I don't know, but they did send me an estimate in the mail. So, I'm just saying maybe 1, maybe 1.5 stars because I'm feeling some kind of way about them. Classic Collision, they do good work. They were personable. Ethan was. They were just lax and just real slow about getting my stuff to me. So again, what can I say? Um, Today is the 21st of June. And maybe I shouldn't be dating this program, but it's the first day of summer. And you can see I'm looking real summery. It's the first day of summer, and I'm told from Diana that it's going to be the longest day of the day today. Today, the 21st, is the longest day of the year, I'm told. So, we're going to have a long day, and I guess the sun will go down, what, about 8:30 tonight. So, if you're out, you have a little longer time to be out in the sun and see what's going on and to have a great day and look around. Um, let's see, what else are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about, I had something else I wanted to share with you today. And I'm kind of I'm hitting a brain thing here, like I'm kind of stopping here. What's going on here? My brain is just kind of locked up on me. What happened? Okay, I'm going to be talking about, I know you need to stay tuned because we're going to be talking about Detroit on the next segment. But we just, summertime, good time. The children are out of school. I want you to be careful out there. I want you to also uh, make 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 a mental note that because it's summertime and there is no summer school, that the children will be out and about, and some of them will be kind of lording around. I'm hoping that there will be some programs for our children this summer. I'm hoping that mothers, fathers, that we will try to keep our children and grandchildren, with some type of courses, something. We're going to have to find and just kind of get creative. We're going to have to find some things out there that will keep our children busy this summer. It's going to be a long, hot summer, and I want to remind you that when it is a long, hot summer, sometimes we get out and about and we don't really take heed or make sure about our surroundings. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of things going on out there with our children. So let's be mindful when our children are out. The libraries are open. Let's kind of make use of the libraries. Boys and Girls Club. Uh, uh, they've got some programs out there for the children. But anyway, I want you to take heed. I want you to be mindful that the children are out there. Be mindful that there's someone else's children. So if you see some activity out there that doesn't look unsavory, as adults, I know we don't want to walk up on other people's children and say stop, but you know what? When I hear a lot of cursing and a lot of profanity and a lot of scuffle and buff, I am just quick to say, wait a minute, listen, you're hurting my ears. You got to stop all that noise. And sometimes, and most of the time, the children are very um, they're approachable. Sometimes it's kind of like, I'm sorry, forgive me, I didn't mean to say that or whatever. So just be mindful, okay? I've got 10 minutes, and it sounds like I feel like winding down today. I have today, my daughter is here in the studio with me today. She's not going to be on the program, but next month we're going to be talking about hip hop culture. We're going to be talking about the hip hop culture, how it's changed, how it's affecting the generation, not the Xers, but the ones under the Xers. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about next week. We're going to be talking about some other programs. I did get some feedback from the Autism Speaks. Got some reviews. Got a couple of ladies that are going to be coming in the studio next month, and we'll be talking about not just autism. We're going to be talking to Melina Phillips about she's going into the schools and reading to the children, but not reading to the children actually, but actually acting out what's in the books. So she'll be doing that. We're hoping that she'll be doing it for the summer, and the children will be able to enjoy her in the libraries and stuff this summer. So listen, that's it for our show today. I have thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed you, and I thank you for allowing me to come inside and to your homes and just chit chat with you today. Listen, I am Rick the Critic, and I want you to remember to always be happy, love somebody, and know this. The people that show the least amount of love need the most amount of love. How about that? So let's try to love them anyway, okay? I'm Rick the Critic, and I'm signing off. Good night, and don't forget, love everybody.
Rick, the critic, when she come into your place, yo, you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the critic. When she all up in your city, yo, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if she's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the critic. Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the critic, 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 Rick the critic.